Surprise! We have tea time. I've got my me time mug, and Justin's got a Semper Fi mug.
Semper Fi.
I got that somewhere. Some military base I was speaking at. Special Forces or something. It's probably good and hot here.
Hope everybody's doing well today. Kind of a dreary day.
It is here.
Rainy, and it's kind of warm and humid and muggy.
It's a bad hair day.
It's a bad hair day. I've got some bad hair going on. It's curling up and it's looking pretty bad, but I have good news. I am getting a haircut first thing in the morning. So
I don't like you right now. My hairdresser canceled on me for tomorrow.
I get a haircut, and there's nothing they can do about this gray except they're gonna just like cut the extra gray out. There's nothing you can do about that other than put some coloring or paint on it. But I'm not real big on painting my hair. So.
I've never painted my hair either.
It is what it is. If anything, I should probably paint the beard.
Hey, beard looks okay.
It's a little bit. It's
a
little gray.
The alternative is the ingrown stuff you used to get that used to drive you nuts. So.
No, it is what it is. So
here's to tea time.
Oh, it's hot.
Yeah, it is.
Hot tea.
That's why you gotta slurp it.
What's good?
And I made it an hour ago.
It's really nice.
There's little Miss Kaylee.
Other than that, just had some good testimonials that came in. One of them about one of my favorite products that we've been selling for at least a decade, maybe a little longer.
Maybe longer than that. Maybe 15 years.
It is our rubber broom. This is not like, it's kind of a, when you think of a broom, you typically don't think of a broom that look like this. And it goes on our handle, like so. And we came up with a really cute name for it years ago called the Rubber Sweeper. And I can't get the handle to stay there.
It's gonna fall.
So the Rubber Sweeper is what we call.
It's the big brother of the Rubber Scrubber.
It's the big, and so it has. You can see the little bristles on the. You can see the bristles on the Rubber Scrubber, and then see the bristles on the Rubber Sweeper.
They're a little bit longer.
A little bit longer, and as you can see, it has a squeegee side right there. It's great for any kind of spills or getting things off. And the lady actually who sent in the testimonial, she used it to do her normal sweeping with, but then she had used it for getting pet hair off of rugs. And she decided she lived in a very dry environment, which is the opposite of where we're living right now.
We're living in a rainforest.
We're living in a rainforest right now. And she took it out and scrubbed it with soap and water and this cool tool. One of the neatest things about this tool, everybody has used different types of brooms for their homes for years and years and years. And one that dates back centuries is a straw broom. And straw brooms have been around for thousands of years. And that's how, you bundle straw together or grass, it dries out, and you put it on a wooden stick. Well, this is a 21st century version of that. It doesn't use straw. It uses these little rubber bristles that are, as you can see, they're kind of staggered in there like so. And they're really, really, really neat.
Did you know I've worn one out?
I have worn one out too.
In the garage, of sweeping the garage. That means I've been doing it.
So if you use them in places like
somebody said they clean their pools with it.
Clean your pool. I have used it to clean my truck with it. It works great for your truck and boat, anything like that, because you can really suds up something with this, and you don't really just think about using it for washing something. You usually think about using it just to sweep with, and because it's shaped like this, when it's on something, it's shaped like a T. And when people see a broom that's shaped like a T, they think of it only as a push broom.
It's a push. It's not.
This is not a push broom.
It's a pull broom.
Because of how the bristles are kind of angled backwards, like so, and how they're all kind of staggered, that keeps it from being able to push it. I mean, it's made to go one pass towards you, just like a regular broom. And because of these bristles being so staggered, it can pick up every little particle in one pass.
If you break a glass, especially Pyrex or Corelware, that shatters into a million pieces, you'll be so thankful you had this.
I actually have a picture on my phone, I believe. I should have taken a video. We had a big storm back in the winter, and I have an outdoor patio table that's glass, and it was hammered. You know, it had that hammered glass look, and it was surrounded by a like an aluminum frame. It's like a table you'd get at Lowe's or Home Depot or someplace like that. Well, anyway, the big wind we had, I still had an umbrella. This is the reason why you're not supposed to procrastinate. I still had an umbrella.
He gets it naturally.
An umbrella. It was the middle of winter. It was like January 1st. The umbrella was down, but the big storm came through and it opened it up and it flipped that table over. And when it flipped it over, it shattered it. Shattered that glass table. And
Down at the pool?
Down at the pool. And
Oh,
it's tempered glass, which is how they usually build those. So it blew apart into hundreds of thousands of tiny little pieces of glass. Because it's safety glass. It's
made.
tempered.
If it breaks, it's going to be protected.
But I used the rubber sweeper to sweep it all up with. And I mean, it was great to get all the glass up. And it didn't even damage the rubber sweeper. If it can pick up tiny little pieces of glass like that, it is great. So, highly recommend. Best broom you will ever find is the rubber sweeper. It will last for years and years and years. Find one on our site. We've actually got it in a couple of our packages that we have discounted right now.
But here's my recommendation for you. If you buy one of the packages that has it all in there, get an extra handle. Get an extra handle to go with that. And you get a little discount on it, don't you?
You do.
Yeah, if you put the Clean 25 in the cart, you'll get a little discount on it, and you'll always have this ready to go on a handle. And then your mop goes on the other one. And then you have a handle there to be able to use the multi-one.
It is and just like with all of our products, we've tested them, we've used them, and this one, not a lot of people talk about it because we've got some other really cool products, but this is tried and true, awesome home tool that you can use for all kinds of things around your house.
I keep one in the back end of my truck because when you get things at the very back of my truck, you can't reach it. So this is my stuff puller from the back. I use it to grab things, and I keep it in there all the time. Plus, it's good for washing the windows. If you have a tall truck, you can use this squeegee with the handle. You can also clean the top of your truck with this thing.
Definitely.
If you're like me and you need a truck to feel good about yourself. I like my truck.
Well, anyway, we'll try to send out this testimonial later.
I'm working on it. We just didn't have a video of using the rubber.
So I'm going to try to put together a little video of how to use the rubber sweeper in just a couple different environments.
We're going to clean my back deck.
So we're going to do a little cleaning later, and it'll turn into a video. So hope everybody likes it when we put that out. It'll be on Facebook and YouTube. So
anyway, so here's to getting some things done and get your kid over to the house, make videos, and you get things cleaned up. He's cleaned my ceiling fans and all kinds of stuff.
I just had a new windshield put in my truck today. I had a big crack right in the middle of it. So I had to hang out at the office a little longer because the windshield had to the glue or whatever they put it in had to cure really nice, and it's been raining, so kind of is what it is. So it's a new windshield. So
You've had that crack on it since you've had the truck.
I don't have a crack anymore, so I finally stopped procrastinating and got it done. So,
but it broke all the way across
it finally cracked all the way across this time around with all the heat. So.
Hey, we got some Lake County people in here. Tammy. So, hey everybody. Share our videos. You're helping others when you share even our little chit-chat ones, because we always have a fun time getting things done. I did some unprocrastinating today. I got my thank you notes ready to go. for my lipstick.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Yep, got
The
it
lady,
ready to go.
What was the lady's name again? Do you remember?
Sharon.
Sharon.
Let's not mention her last name,
Sharon.
but Sharon. Sharon sent me some lipstick, and now I got lipstick. I'm not having to scrape the bottom of the tube, which is what I was having to do with a Q-tip.
Exactly. But hope everybody's doing well, and if you're in a state that's opening up a little bit more, and hope you practice being clean with some of our new things that we've kind of always known, but we're doing a little more these days. So stay safe out there, and keep doing what you can, but just get out if you can. And
last year,
it's great to do. It's good for your well-being to do that. And if you're going shopping and beyond grocery shopping and stuff like that, which we've had to do, if you can go out and support a local restaurant, if those restaurants are open, do it. And especially if the weather's good and they have outdoor seating.
Main streets downtown are being shut down so that they can spread the seating out into the street.
I love Mexican food. That's one of my favorites, and I look forward to eating out in a outdoor Mexican patio.
Remember that time we went out to dinner with Ryan Shoup and the Rubber Band?
Mm-hmm.
And they wrote a song about us eating dinner with them.
Oh, really?
And we were in the song.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, they wrote a song, and the next album that came out, having dinner under moonlight because there was a full moon that night, and we were in the outdoor patio. It was fun.
There's always neat places to go. I had heard that a lot of people in South Carolina are really enjoying eating out, and they're almost back to being at it again.
We love Charleston
and Charleston and stuff, and then Georgia's kind of done the same thing, and our state's a little we're opening up a little bit more here
slowly
in North Carolina. Our restaurants are going to 50%, I believe, but people are just trying to get used to a different way of doing things, and so a lot of people there's unfortunate thing about, I guess, an event like this or an event like 9/11 is fear. Fear is it's not the most powerful thing, but it's a very powerful thing. And I think one of the bad side effects from all this is the fear that's going to be in people's minds forever about, how long will it take before we have our civility again, where we can greet people normally.
And shake hands.
And we shake hands.
That's one of the things we've always taken pride in, is teaching our children how to shake hands.
Firm handshake. Don't have a dead fish of a hand. Just squeeze it real good and let go.
Some people are telling us it's never going to come back again. Well, I think that's malarkey.
But things like that, it's fear that drives a lot of things. And, that's just one of the things that I'm, I guess, concerned about, the long-term side effects of, how people, I think I really don't mind wearing a mask in the grocery store because I like being kind of covert. You're just like nobody knows who I am. It's almost like you're a bank robber.
Did you see the little mask I made out of the pink? You should try on our pink rag mask.
Me?
Yeah. See how it looks on you.
There's no lipstick on it, is it?
No, it's not. It all washed out.
It's a little too small. Hold on. There it is. Pretty good.
Yep. There you go. He's a real man with pink. Anyway.
Yes, we don't want to live in fear, but we want to be respectful of others. That I had an elder in our church called me today and was just kind of checking up on how our family was doing. They haven't seen, we haven't been able to go to church in
3 months.
A long time, and so they're checking up on people and seeing how they're doing, and there's a possibility that our church is going to start going back to church.
Well, y'all got plenty of room to spread out.
Within the next several weeks. So with people keeping in their family groups or whatever, and but I don't know how they're going to do the singing part of it. I think that is the thing, you know.
Everybody could wear their mask and sing loud through their mask.
I think I would hyperventilate if I wore a mask and sung at the same time. But anyway, you probably don't want me singing that much anyway.
Hey, you got a good voice, and you're good at leading singing.
Anyway, but it was kind of nice to hear from this elder. You know, he was talking about just it'll be really neat when we do get to see people again in church. And he's an older gentleman, and I know he's looking forward to getting back out and seeing folks. So
Feeding his flock.
it's that older generation. We've got a lot of older folks in our church, and I know that if any generation would be scared, it would be
You've
the
always
olders.
been in an older generation church. Remember when you when you were in college at Freed Hardman, and then y'all all moved to Memphis?
Oh yeah.
They took over running a little church.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of
I
fun.
think we brought the average age down to about 78. And we were like 22 at the time.
One of you led the singing. Some of you preached.
Some of us did. That's true. But it was
Little
so-
Midtown church.
I love hanging out with a lot of those older folks. They're just they always have a lot of neat stories. And,
Who is this person? This is my son. This is my son Justin. He takes care of everything at the fly shop with Jack and Kathy and Rebecca. So they're a team down there, but he comes up here. He had to come and get Molly. Molly wants to see her baby girl.
yeah, I got the big shaggy dog. I've got to scoop up the shaggy dog. So
We call her the fluff dog.
the fluff dog.
The fluff dog.
But anyway, it will be neat to go back to church whenever that happens, to see people. It has been kind of neat to watch some streaming services.
I like watching Feed and Seed. I think I'll
you
continue
can-
to watch Feed and
There's
Seed.
a lot of different ones that are out there, and
Melanie's church in Memphis. I like that one too.
a friend of mine, he likes to call it church dating, when they weren't really going to a specific church, and then they started testing out other ones. He called it church dating, and he says during this time of pandemic, he goes, you can church date pretty easy on streaming and stuff, which was kind of funny because he was just watching all these different.
Justin had to sort of teach his people how to do it because they didn't know how to stream very well.
They've gotten a lot better at that they did their first live one this past Sunday, so which was really neat. So they've it is what it is. So some churches were just better prepared for such an event because they had been streaming and they were doing stuff like that. So
Yeah, Pastor Andrew has been streaming for years to seven or eight congregations in Africa, and it's normal hat for them.
oh yeah.
They just put a big screen monitor up and he preaches to them. Now he can't see them, but he still does it.
Definitely. So yeah, as we're moving forward, I think that's probably our church's biggest concern. If there were all a bunch of people in there under 50 years old, they probably wouldn't do as but because they're such an older group, you're going to have to be careful with those folks, and they want to protect them, and if they're the group that's is more susceptible to getting this virus, then that's what you got to do. You got to protect them. So they'll probably group off into little groups like that and try to make us wear masks while we're singing and stuff, which I don't know about that. I've got a really cool mask, but it's got an exhaust port in the front. You can breathe in into the little filters, but you breathe out and it's not filtered. So I feel more comfortable in that, but it's kind of hot and heavy.
Maybe y'all could wear those face shields.
That's an N99 mask, by the way.
Oh.
That's for painting and stuff, but I mean it'll filter out everything. But it's got that exhaust port, which you're not protecting
Others.
you're only protecting yourself.
Well, this is why we've got to keep our immune system. That's what tea time is all about, is drinking our tea, which is developed to be medicinal in a weird sort of way. Just taking the time to sit and relax with the tea is what is medicinal.
And it's tasty. It's very tasty.
And then I've lost, maybe I took it in the under. I've lost one of our B complex, D. Which one am I missing?
CoQ10?
CoQ10. It must have fallen off my table. Anyway, we've our supplements are going like hotcakes. And they're better for you than hotcakes.
They are. And probably a lot of people don't know even know what a hot cake is. So.
Pancake.
It's a pancake. So, anyway, but
take a break.
take a break. Enjoy a little tea time this afternoon. Get ready for dinner.
What's for dinner?
Hope you've got something planned.
What are y'all
great.
having for dinner?
I don't know what we had tacos last night. So it should be today since today's Tuesday, but I don't know what we're having tonight. I think I'm grilling some chicken maybe if
You gonna do
it's not raining.
You gonna do the Chick-fil-A chicken?
No, I'm not breaking out all the
Friday
all the peanut oil again. So I like doing that, but I'm ready for another fish fry.
Leanne and I learned something new today. That oil made from seeds is not as good for you as oil made from fruit like olive oil and avocado oil and coconut oil.
What about peanuts, since it's a legume?
I don't know. Peanut, I don't know. Leanne, I have to research that.
Peanut is by far the best frying oil I've ever seen for frying fish.
Yeah, but
there's nothing better.
You deep fry. And it's a hot oil.
It'll start to char about 400 degrees. If you ever want to watch my video on the fish fry, I think you can find it on our YouTube channel. But it's really good. If you love a fish fry, frying fish is easy. I mean, you just gotta bread it and throw it in a fryer
and let it float.
And when it starts floating, it's done. Take it out.
That's what Granddaddy taught me.
You just it's kind of in the bottom. You want to stir it once or twice, and then it'll float up. And once it's floating, it's time to take it out.
Hush puppies the same way. Now the secret to hush puppies, Granddaddy taught me this too, was to take your teaspoon. You know the long handled spoon we have. No on the peanut oil.
It may not be healthy, but that's what I fry fish in. It's easy.
But the long handled teaspoon, you dip it in the hot oil, let it set for a second so that it gets a little hot, and then you gradually roll up the batter on the spoon, and then you drop it into the oil.
The hush puppies.
That's
exactly how I do. So.
Yeah, that's how he taught me, and he had the best recipe for hush puppies. I sent it to you, didn't I? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Best recipe ever.
Yeah, the peanut oil will start charring around 400 degrees, so it's best if you keep it around 375 to 350 when you're doing that. So
this little lady I've been watching on YouTube, has Whippoorwill Hollow in Arkansas, and it's kind of as a crow flies straight across the river from us and across the Boot Hill of Missouri from where we grew up, and she fries fish in an electric skillet so she can control the temperature.
Yeah, I've seen people do that a lot, and that's pretty easy. That's almost like a Fry Daddy, because those electric Fry Daddies have that little dial on them, and it's easy breezy. It doesn't have an open flame. I mean, it can be really, you can really get in a dangerous situation if you overheat an oil and it's got a propane burner under it.
Oh.
I mean, you guys have seen all these stories of people deep frying turkeys and their bird's frozen, and then it displaces so much water or oil that it just flies off and goes overfilling.
What's the secret to frying a turkey so you know how much oil to put in the pan?
My secret that I do is I dip it in, I fill up the thing of water instead of oil, and they displace almost equally the same. And I drop the bird in there, and then I pour water. And then what I do is I try to mark it with something so I know exactly where the fill line needs to be when I pour the turkey up. And then I mark it there, and then I just pour that oil. I pour all the water out, dry it out, and then I pour the water up to the same level that the water was in there. So that's how I know not to get too much oil in there. Because it usually takes about 3 gallons to displace turkey, even if it's a 15-pound bird. So.
And you do it outside, on a deck, or in the grass. Somewhere safe. Because you don't want to do it. You don't want a wooden deck. You don't want concrete deck, but not a wooden deck.
Yeah, I love a fried turkey. Especially you can inject it with all kinds of good stuff. It's definitely it's getting me hungry right now just thinking about the fried turkey like that. But you can do all kinds of stuff like that deep fried. Not necessarily the best thing to be doing, I guess, but it's one of my guilty pleasures is frying stuff. So
It comes by it naturally. Both grandfathers fried all the time.
But I love grilling. I love a lot of grilled foods. So I do a lot of grilling, whether it's steaks or fish. I can grill fish.
A lot of chicken.
Do a lot of chicken. Do a lot of pork. I've got some ribs that I'm going to be doing this upcoming week. So, and that's more of a smoke, not the grill.
We had ribs last night. Mark makes some really good ribs.
So in the South, we call what people in other parts of the world call barbecuing. We've got another thing that we call barbecue, and that's called pulled pork. So we call barbecue pulled pork. So if you're keeping up at home with all the crazy things from the South, pulled pork is barbecue. And if you want to barbecue, we don't call it barbecuing, we call it grilling. And then when you want to kick up your grilling to a whole nother level, like a whole nother level, that's called smoking. So if you can learn how to smoke meat, you're in a whole nother level. And smoking is just amazing. So I have a smoker that I can do, but I'm not really good at a lot of it, but I do know how to smoke some ribs and some other pork, but that you can smoke all kinds of stuff. I have yet to try the beef brisket. I have a friend of mine who is he lived in Texas, and so he picked up some Texas brisket skills, and it's amazing. It's amazing. But I typically use, to make the smoke, I use hardwood lump charcoal, and then I'll use apple wood chunks that I soak in water, and it gets all wet, and then it's
Where
just.
do you get the applewood chunks?
I usually get it at Ace Hardware.
Oh, okay.
Ace Hardware has all that, and a lot of people love. A lot of people do it on those big green eggs. I have the competitor version of that called a Primo, and it's just a big ceramic thing. But my father-in-law, he's always smoked on one of those little. I think it's a Weber, or it's like a maybe not
Maybe
a Weber.
Charbroil.
Yeah, but it's like a cylinder, and he's got a water pan at the bottom, and it's so easy for him to smoke stuff like that. And he's been smoking on that old thing forever.
You bought him parts for it for Christmas one year.
And that's about the only thing better than a deep fried turkey is he does a smoked turkey that is phenomenal. So
I have cooked a turkey on the grill before when I ran out of room in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
And it just frees up the whole. I mean, you don't have to stink up the house. And I like to cook my turkey the day before.
I don't. With the deep fryer, it only takes about 45 or 50 minutes for me to do a 13-pound bird. If I do a bigger one than that, it might take an hour. But you can be in and out. And if you want any sides that are not normal for Thanksgiving, like some French fries, you can cook those at Thanksgiving just like that too. So
In the deep fryer?
yeah, you can use the same thing. I mean, it's great. You can do some fried okra with it or anything like that. What I usually do if I deep fry a turkey, it's usually in football season or whatever. Again, it's right there around Thanksgiving. A few days later, I'll do a whole big batch of chicken wings in the deep fryer, and just real chicken wings, and they're so good. So, and I don't bread the chicken wings. Chicken wings are just
Naked.
they're just naked chicken wings. So, anyway.
Well, we're gabbing like Leanne and I did yesterday.
I like the Traeger. I've never used one.
The what?
The Traeger grill. It's got the pellets. Really easy to get it dialed in. A friend of mine borrowed one for a big event he did. It was a trailer Traeger. He could put something like 20 pork butts on it and
Wow.
smoke them all at the same time. It was great. So, but anyway, get prepared and ready for dinner time. I hope everybody's is going to have a great dinner with their family and enjoy those times. So,
Yeehaw.
naked chicken wings. That's nice.
And then you put the sauce on them. You put
Yeah.
the sauce on them.
You sauce them after they're cooked or whatever.
Now, how do you sauce yours? You like them hot.
I do a traditional hot wing sauce. That's one of my favorites. So I do
With butter and Texas Pete?
not Texas Pete. I use Frank's Red Hot,
Oh, okay.
butter, a couple minced garlic, and stir all that around. That's my thing. Or you, depending on where you live, if you can find Hooters. I know that's probably shouldn't be talking about that on the Fly Lady channel, but the Hooters chicken wing restaurants, they sell their Hooter sauce, and it's really thick, and you can get it at the grocery store, and it makes a really good sauce without doing anything to it. So it's,
I like
but that's
carrot.
more of a hot sauce, not a, that's a traditional buffalo sauce. And then I don't know, I go back and forth with just liking them with some blue cheese or some ranch dressing and stuff like that.
Hooters is closed.
But
Hey, they're all learning how to do takeout.
yeah, but anyway, yeah, it's a
Now Eric Dodge in St. George, Utah, he started helping people by doing Instacart. And I saw a girl interviewed on TV a while ago who was making $100 to $120 a day helping people who can't go grocery shopping. And she was doing Instacart.
oh wow.
And it is $3,000 a month. She's going every day. How cool is that? Helping others and still making a living. Well, folks, y'all get dinner done. We're going to finish drinking our tea. It's just right. And
Cheers to y'all and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
love you. See you later.